Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by a fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.
Okay, I normally get asked this question quite frequently, even though I've put videos about it. So I thought, okay, fine, because many people are asking me this question again, I'll answer it. What I suggest to you is watch this video in 1.5 speed, or 1.5 or 1.75 speed. You'll manage to get more or less the same points, because it's not reinventing the wheel. It's just a normal habit that I follow. Okay, so watch it at 1.5 speed, save you time. So the question was, Loy, what are some of the productivity habits or peak performance habits that you follow? Okay, so what I did is this time I looked at from January onwards until now. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So kind of 6 months or 7 months, and kind of made a mental note. So these are the kind of 10 steps or 10 habits I follow. No order of importance, but this is what I do, which is where I'm able to earn more money, or spend time with my family, or enjoy life, or whatever. Okay, so the first one is when I get up in the morning now, or whenever I get up, the mind is normally very fresh. So what I tend to do is, my routine is normally do the tough part first, but following that I start to do my work, that is these video recordings. So the first principle that I'll tell you is, after you wake up in the morning, do the hardest, most difficult and most important task. Don't leave it for the last minute. We have a tendency to keep procrastinating what we don't like, or put it off until later what we don't want to do. But if something is absolutely important, I strongly suggest do that thing after you get up in the morning. Whatever, one step, 2 steps, 10 steps, do something about it, because your mind is fresh, you're active, you're alert, your energy levels are high, and you can do a fairly better job. That's number one. The second thing which I would tell you, principle that I follow, is try to complete a task as soon as possible. Some people believe in doing slowly, meticulously, making it a masterpiece. Fine, if it's a painting or if it's a artistic job and you have to make it a masterpiece, I understand. But otherwise, what I strongly suggest is try to finish your work as fast as possible. Like, for example, if you see my videos, I shoot the videos fast, transfer it fast, complete the editing fast, upload it fast. I do it at a really fast pace. The reason being is, once you complete that, you have free time on your hands. But in order to achieve this, there are some other points which I'll give you, but keep this in mind as point number 2. Try to complete a task as soon as possible, quickly, fast. Do it to your best, finish it, upload it, don't wait for perfection. Number 3, this one is, it's important, at least for me. You need to plan your work, plan what you're going to do, and then work your plan. Like today, I knew exactly how many videos I was going to shoot. I had written down the titles of the different topics. I write around 7 to 10 topics, and based on how I feel the following day, I will choose within those topics. Because sometimes you feel passionate about a topic, but when you get up in the morning, you don't feel to the mark. What is that moving in the bush? Something. Okay, anyway. So work your plan and plan your work, and then work that plan. It's very important because if you don't plan out your work or your schedule, you'll end up doing things which are not important. Sometimes you might even forget to do what is important. You know, sometimes I get so surprised with myself, even after writing things down. At the end of the day, and then I don't, oh shit, man, I forgot all about it. So it's very important. So make sure that you either have a calendar or, like in my case, I keep a notebook with papers. Okay. Point number 4. Now you remember I told you, do your task as fast as possible. Now in order to do that, there are 2 requisites. One is your room has to be clean. Your table that you sit perfectly clean. Chair, even the floor, dust, anything. It impacts your ability to work, at least for me. One is clean and one is canny. Kaizen, like the Japanese thing, no, where I don't know if it's a right term, Kaizen, but everything that you have has to go in a place. This is a Japanese principle. If you go to any Toyota workshop or Toyota, go to any Toyota, Honda, or Japanese Honda or Toyota, you'll notice the technicians, after they finish servicing a car, every tool is kept in place. Every tool is cleaned and it's kept properly in order. They even sharpen their tools to make it 100%. They calibrate their tools. So everything has to be kept in place. Everything has to be kept tidy. Everything has to be perfect. And that is the same that goes for your smartphone, for your computer monitor. In fact, I get really shocked and surprised when I see people having a smartphone with the display is cracked. Or how can you take a phone that is cracked? At least fix it. I don't know how some people do this. They cracked phone and the PC is a total mess and such a clutter. And to be honest with you, even me, when my workstation, it gets really messy. Chips, crisps, packets and chocolate wrappers and juice and tumbler with tea and there are so many things that come. Then my baby keeps things and throws stuff here and there. But every day I make it a point to clean it. So make sure clean and tidy, and everything has to go in its original place. In fact, what I suggest is remove anything excess which you don't need. Seriously, it helps. Point number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is food, which is fuel for your body and mind. Just make sure that you know what you're supposed to eat. For example, me, I think most probably because of my bariatric surgery, now if I don't plan out what I eat, my energy levels really go for a toss. So make sure that you know what you're supposed to eat, how much quantity, what you're supposed to drink, what timing. Like, I'll give you a small example. If in case I have a VIP client, I make sure that I have a espresso, okay, no sugar, and a banana or a sandwich kept to the side in case there's fluctuation in my sugar level. Emergency, not that. But I do have espresso because it keeps me sharp. And if I have a client, I avoid eating before that. In fact, I even avoid doing this video recordings because I'm talking, right? So I don't want to be exhausted before my client. Another practice that I follow is I don't eat anything which is heavy or takes time. And for morning, especially morning, no, when I eat, they say eat like a champion, all that. I disagree. Morning, what I do is I'll eat a meal that gets absorbed quickly, digested fast, so it helps me focus on the energy throughout the day. But I definitely avoid having sugar. I might have fruits, which helps. So, different people have different schedules, you decide. And always remember, when there's important work, don't sit and eat relaxingly and talk to someone. Eat fast, to the point, and get back at it. Unless, of course, it's a business meal. There, don't eat. Use the opportunity of eating food to network with the person. Okay. Next one, point number 6 is always jot down your thoughts. So many of us gets ideas and suggestions and questions and we tend to think about it and we forget it. In fact, sometimes when you're talking, we lose our chain of thought. Maybe because I put all these topics and videos online, I've realized that it's always important for me to jot them down. It may not be anything important today, but somewhere down the line, you're like, oh sheesh, I thought about this. Okay. So just as you see this paper, I have many papers, like a bunch of papers I can use anytime with a pencil. I like physically writing. I don't like this, typing it out. But after I've written it down, I think maybe because it forces me to think as I'm moving my fingers, it gives me 100% attention. So after I've written in the paper and kept it for some time, then I transfer it to Google Docs, where I can access it at any point of time. Then what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7, which I've spoken to you about, exercise. And in exercise, remember, not just, pushing your muscles and stamina, but breathing. Breathing is very, very important. And I've spoken about it in the previous video. Number 8 is sleeping. You have to sleep quietly. And taking naps. Some people I know take multiple naps throughout the day, 6, 7 times. No, sorry, what am I saying? They sleep for 6 hours, some of them. But then they compensate the other 2-3 hours with another 2 more naps. Now, I know some of you can't realistically do that. Some people prefer straight sleeping, 8 hours, 9 hours, then get up through the whole day. What I find works for me is you sleep until you have to wake up. Try to get at least 8 hours sleep. And in between the day, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Longer than that, then you feel drowsy. Okay? 9. Like I told you, I checked my schedule. I checked my patterns from January. I actually have an Excel sheet where I write down key points. Okay, I should not eat this. My sugar levels got affected here. I was getting body pain. Today, work went like a breeze. Today I felt amazing. This food works well with me. So I'm aware of my body, my time, my food, my patterns. You need to have a sense of awareness. Like for example, where are you wasting time? What is your addiction? Which game takes how much time? How much time do you spend on an iPad or phone? What should you get rid of? You should be able to answer all this. So a sense of awareness is important. And last, if not the least, the final one is, I think it's very paramount for us to know what to avoid. We generally like to add things in our lives. Put more things, add more people, buy more things, join more groups, watch more media or YouTube or podcasts. When you keep adding, you dilute yourself. In fact, then you don't become good at anything. So for me, it's very important to know whom to avoid, which groups to avoid, And I'll tell you the statement which I said, whom to avoid, that is a deal breaker, because maybe you need to keep away from your loved ones, your family, your friends, your parents. Maybe you need to keep away from someone who's very close to you, and that might actually make you a much better person. So what I strongly suggest to you is find out whom to avoid and remind yourself why you are doing that. It can be even your girlfriend or boyfriend, because maybe they are pulling you down. So in my case, I avoid interacting with some people because they take my time, even groups. Sometimes they just take your time because they know they can. Even my wife, I've made my wife and baby very clear. When I'm working, and don't interfere, don't allow the baby to come in and disturb me. And because at the end of the day, I need to provide for the family. I can't give excuses and tell my client, oh, I didn't sleep, I didn't this, I didn't that. So these are the 10 points. I hope some of them added value. I know it's not reinventing the wheel. I just told you the habits that work for me. Let me know which one do you use, or which one you like or agree with. And I'd love to hear your feedback. If you got any tips, feel free to share it with me so others can also learn from it. Having said that, me signing off. You guys take care.